think that was it.
Fuck yeah.
Perfect. How are you?
Bro, I'm doing so good. Quick intro.
Oh, shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The most legendary, the most exotic musician out there. This man does not only venue in the rap realm, but also the indie realm. Pretty much can do any music this world has to offer for him.
That's true.
Give it up for the notorious Austin Alko! Oh, yeah. Bro. Definitely a round of applause. How have you been, my friend? Bro?
I've been good. I'm actually going to do this real quick.
All good. Oh, facts.
So that when I move my headphones,
You know,
I'll fucking knock her fucking stupid little fucking camera stand over.
Okay, yeah, we just do to create this image real quick for the audience. Benji forgot the what's it called?
Tripod.
Yeah. So we had to duct tape the camera to a
mic stand.
A mic stand, bro.
Yeah.
And it is holding up pretty damn well, I will say so myself.
It's working.
Right. I love it.
It looks like it's gonna fucking eat shit though.
Mm-hmm.
In about 2 seconds.
Wow. All right, my friend. Well, last time we talked, just fucking amazing. Just got super deep, super amazing. One thing I wanted to talk about was recently, I feel like you've been coming out of your shell in a way, in the sense of like hella content's been like created. Yeah. I don't know, all of you guys who have been watching Austin, this guy literally made a song at night for everybody to hear and broke down the whole process of it, which was fucking phenomenal. And kind of going into the different music realms, kind of talk a little bit about that and where you're headed.
It's going great. Yeah, recently I've just been like trying to push out as much stuff as I can.
Right.
'Cause that's like, it's more important than the music at the end of the day, is giving someone or people to just like, people really want to see how things work and how things are done. And so when you give them that process, I feel like it intrigues them way more
Right.
into something. And not only that, but it makes them feel like they're a part of something. They like,
right.
They watch this get made, you know? So they're like, they feel more connected to the song. But yeah, no, that was something even I did that I was like kind of uncomfortable with doing. And I was like, should I delete this? And then I have people like you that are like, that was so sick. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm glad I kept it up, because
right.
I post and I delete so quick. I'm
right.
just, yeah. But that's one thing I got to stop doing.
Yeah, bro, no. I think it kind of like shows us that like songs aren't just created in 5 seconds, and like there's a process. Like it doesn't always fucking work. You have to go back, edit more, mix more.
Yeah. No,
break
100%.
it down. Be uncomfortable with it, because you're like, this is good, and then you go back and listen to it, and then you critique it, and you're like, actually, this is shit. Why do I listen to this?
Yeah.
Right? Like, kind of like that thing you were telling me that Pro told you was like, in the moment, like, you post it because you love it and you want to share that experience that you're feeling right there and then with other people.
Right. That was something that I learned from Russ.
Oh, Russ.
Yeah, Russ posted this video and he said that when you make a song, because it's different, I'm pretty sure it's the same for every artist. Like, if you make a song and then you listen to it 6 months later and you think it's like the worst song you've ever made, right? But in the moment when you made the song, you thought it was the best. Right. So he just said like, basically, the people that are going to be listening to the song for the first time when it drops, it's gonna be their first. Okay, that didn't make sense. Hold on, let me think about this.
It
shit.
gives you that nostalgic feel, like you were in the moment, listening to it for the first time, like when you did, right?
Right, kind of. So like, you have to think about it this way: is like when you first create a song, you're extremely excited about it. 6 months later, you're like, damn, should I even put this out anymore? It's not that good. But if you do put it out, you have to understand that the people listening to it, it's also their first time listening to it. So they're going to have the same emotions and reactions as you did when you first created the song.
Right.
That's what it was. I stumble.
No, you're chilling, bro.
I got it.
That's so true though.
Yeah.
Because I like just talk to like artists and stuff, and they're just like, I hate this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this shit's beautiful. Just drops.
Exactly.
1 or 2 weeks later, they're like, why the fuck did I even put this out there in the world?
That's me with half my songs, but
Which I think is like so absurd, because it's like, that is like real, genuine, like music. Is when because you're like always evolving through the game. So the fact that like you can release older stuff, even though your newer stuff is like maybe different or sounds way
better.
More exactly.
Right.
Like,
There's no such thing as better when you make music. I mean, there is, but it's not like you're always gonna be better.
Right.
At some point in time. So.
Right, bro. Yeah. Well, and I just kind of like what you're saying, like, going through all the steps and like showing people that you're human and not like just selling them your music, but kind of selling yourself in a way where you're like I freaking struggle with this and it's not easy and I don't like doing this.
Yeah.
But what I also, what I do love is like seeing people feel a certain way to my music.
Right.
Because like that's got to be one of the most insane feelings, is like your voice put into a song on all platforms, and then having like people from all around the world be like, bro, this song saved my life.
Yeah, that hasn't happened to me yet, but
or like this song like is just so amazing.
that has. No, yeah, that's definitely a very cool thing, but then there's also the people that are like, yo, this is fucking terrible. Like, why'd you put this out? And then it's like, damn, like, was it that bad? And then you have other people saying that it's the best song you've ever put out. So it's all based off opinion. And at the end of the day, either opinion doesn't matter. So as long as I feel comfortable with what I make and if I'm happy with it, what I put out, then it's good with me.
Right. Well, and and to add on to that, I would say that your opinion is the most important.
Yeah.
And the people that do love and appreciate your music, will support your music, regardless. Like, granted, they'll have their criticism, like, but like they love you because they see you in your element doing what you love, and that's what's most important to them.
Right.
So it doesn't like matter if like, like it's the worst song ever. Like the fact that like you went through that process and put the pieces together, they're like, damn, Austin's still going. Let's fucking go. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Well, yeah, like.
I gotta get comfortable.
And I feel like that's what kind of like with everything, it was just like you have to accept that there's gonna be both sides to every story.
Right.
But you're the writer of this story, so you get to write it. And that's your power.
Right, yeah.
So like the uncomfortable position where it's like, I don't know if I should be dropping this or posting this or whatever. It's just like, if you deep down know that like it's important to share, or you think it's like a step forward, then do it. Because again, like that negative bullshit, it's always going to be coming your way.
100%, yeah.
But also that fucking positive is always coming too.
Yeah, it's a double-edged knife or sword,
Right.
whatever it is. It's a great thing, but it also sucks at the same time.
All right.
But it's fun. I love how our heads keep hitting the guitars on the wall. And we just act like it didn't happen. This happened like 2 times already in the video.
Yeah, bro, I'm like breaking my neck going
I know. That's why I had to get comfortable, bro. My back was hurting so bad.
Right, bro. I think I could just station here because in wrestling, bro, we'd always be in our stance.
Yeah.
Shit was so annoying. Yeah, bro, I like that. I think that out of anybody in Arizona, I mean, maybe I'm a little biased, but I honestly think, bro, that you and Sino are gonna be like the biggest help towards the community because you guys really care about the people and you're not just selling your music. You guys are just like spreading love in a way.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing right there. It's just like really not worrying about where you're going to be, but know where you're going to be and keep pursuing the rubric that you found best suits you and be consistent with it.
Right, yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. You guys aren't, like, the most, like, crazy, exotic, outgoing. But what you guys do have, I feel like, is, like, real love and passion towards music.
100%. That's what I can tell from, like, myself versus every other artist here. Almost every other artist. Is, like, the musical history, who they're influenced by. All the people who are, like, this generation's influenced by is so like the last 5 years.
Right.
And for me, it's completely different. Like it's the last like 50 years of music.
Right.
That's like, I want to be like this guy. I want to be like this band or like that type of stuff. And then everyone just wants to be like Lil Durk or Juice WRLD. And I'm like,
right.
No shade. It's just fucking... What I see that's different is my taste in music is completely different from everyone else's. And my influences.
Right. And I feel like you, like, instead of eating just one slice of the pie, have, like, kind of went full 360.
Yeah.
You know, like, granted, there's, like, a lot of genres out there, and there's always room for more experience, but...
Right.
Like, yours and Christian's, like... genre, like if we were to put all your music in a playlist, would be the most diverse playlist of all time.
Yeah, it would be.
It's just like I'll meet up with like Note, and then it'll be like, bro, I gotta show you a song. I'm like, all right, bet it's some like wild ass like psychedelic song, or that it's like some like rock song or like whatever, and it's just like you really got to know like how far we've came, and kind of I want to say like how far we've gone off this path and went this way, because like that old music and that like old feeling that's kind of not here anymore, and there's a couple people who still understand it, like was insane.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's like mainly gone, I would say, is absurd.
Yeah.
Like, the Giants back in the day were fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah, and they were here for a while. And, yeah, their music still lives on and still is, like, the biggest
right
in the world sometimes, every once in a while. They come back on and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this song. But, yeah.
And just community-wise, too, like, the fan base that these musicians left, like, still goes on. You know what I mean? Like, you have an artist nowadays, like, you know, like, them for a while and then, like, just disappear.
Exactly. Like, they didn't have that back then.
Right.
You know? I mean, they did, but, like, it wasn't as short-term as it is now.
Right.
You don't just have an artist that's popping for 3 years and then they're just, like, off the face of the earth.
Right.
So...
Like, one of them, like, no shade, but like Lil Xan, bro, like
Oh yeah, all the Lils, Lil Xan, Lil Pump.
I feel like they were all like, or maybe it was just like when Betrayed dropped, it was like, holy shit, this is awesome, you know?
Yeah,
And then I swear I never heard from him again. Like some stuff happened or whatever, and like just done.
yeah,
And so it's just like, whoa, like it can really be like that if you're not taking care of your brand, of yourself, of like your music in a sense.
right.
And like you, per se, in my opinion, you always leave a good impression. That way, like nothing can ever come back to you.
I try my hardest.
Which I feel like is a blessing, but also a curse, like that double-edged sword. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because, like, I also feel like sometimes, like, people don't respect you, and you try your hardest to respect them, you know?
right.
And so then it just kind of bites you in the ass at the end. You're like, in a way, like, and this is a problem I have, like, wasting energy on people who, like, don't give a fuck.
When they don't value your time.
Right.
Yeah. No, 100%. It's definitely not a fun business to be in, but it's gotten to the point where it's just life now. So,
Right.
but no, I definitely I'm self-aware with everything I say and just like who I am as a person,
Right.
and like especially with like who I want to portray online. So I definitely like I try to be as kind as possible to everyone because that's what it's about. But
Right.
there's times, man, where it's just like, leave me alone, bro. Like, I just want to go off on someone or just post on my story about something, and I'm just like, no one on this app knows what I'd be talking about, so it's literally pointless. But
Right.
there's just moments where I'm just so like fed up with someone, and I just want to just like
Destroy
say
them.
something, not destroy them, but just like post an opinion, and then I'm just like, it's too like stupid. Like no one else cares about this, so
Right.
yeah. But
Well, and I think that shows how
I just
mature and humble you are to not like rip out of yourself and become the werewolf you could be and
Yeah.
like literally devour them in seconds.
yeah,
Because that like we went to LA and a whole spiel happened with a bunch of rappers and like this whole thing happened and it
heard
was
about that.
right. Okay.
Yeah,
So like and I understand like you back people up at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But I also understand that like you respect who
boundaries and who you're with and the people that do things for you that care about you
you're with. Right.
or that are putting you on or putting you in a position.
Right.
Because I don't know, there's a lot of a lot of people are still in like the 2017 scene of just like fighting and just drama and all that stuff, and it's ridiculous, but it's the person that they want to portray online and the person that they want to be in other people's eyes. So
Right.
yeah,
Well, everybody thinks they gotta be like you look at them wrong, you freaking something, like you just gotta beat the shit out of them. And I'm like, wow, how the fuck did we even get here? Like, let's try to talk first, you know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous, bro.
yeah,
Like, it's good to have that mentality of like, you know, somebody swings at me, like, definitely, you know, I'm gonna stand up for myself and fight. But like, last result, like, you know, like we don't need to fucking be killing each other. That's
right.
not really gonna get us anywhere.
Yeah,
It's just gonna like fuck us over in the end. So it's just like, I don't know, bro. I think it's absurd that like that's how you show dominance. It's just by beating each other up without even talking.
yeah. It's just men.
Like, you know how powerful you are when you can keep your cool, keep your tone, and win like
by showing no attention at all.
at all.
Yeah,
Like, it's insane.
It's hard to do, but a lot of people just want to like voice it and just like it makes them feel better about it. But in the short term,
Right.
long term, it's like, yo, I'm so glad I didn't say anything.
Exactly. Because I feel like you
Yeah.
can literally like go so ballistic and just really hurt people, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's scary. Like, I was like thinking about it the other day, and like, I'm not a very fighty guy, but I know I could be.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, you look like it.
right. Like, I did wrestling.
Yeah.
I could throw people around. And there's people who can throw me around. But like, I don't like violence. I think it's like, it's stupid, but I also know it's important to have. Because the moment somebody oversteps a boundary, and we'll just like use an example of like somebody that are like, I don't know, like start touching up on your girl when you're like out in public, or like
Right.
pushing like your best friend, kind of like fucking with him and slapping him and shit. Like, you gotta stand up for those people, because that's like you as a person, and you're like, for me, I feel like I'm a leader,
Yeah.
and I gotta like watch over my flock of sheep or people.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I want that skill to have. That way I don't feel vulnerable.
Right.
Because I hate feeling vulnerable. And like, to where I can't do something. And the reason is because I never exercised it.
Question. If a guy came, you and your girl, you guys are just like hanging out, you're at a bar or whatever, you're at a party, and a guy comes up to your girl and says, just like, he just starts flirting with her.
He's like, damn, you're fine, lady.
Yeah, or whatever. Or like, even like touches her.
Really?
What would you do?
If he touched my girl?
Yeah, just like a nice shoulder tap, or like, you know, what are you doing?
Well, okay, so if it was like, if it like became like, if my girl was like, how do I do this? Like, was I aware of it?
You're on the other side of the room and you just saw it happen.
He just like shoulder touched her and was talking to her, right?
He's like, how are you? Or like, you're so fine, or whatever.
Right.
You know? Asking her
So
for her
I would
number or
head that
something.
way, right?
Right.
But I would hope that my wife would be like, hey, get the fuck off me. But I would show up and be like, hey, what the fuck's going on here? This is my wife. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I would also want her to be like standing up for herself, because it's like she's not gonna do anything. Like,
She ain't it.
right.
Exactly, yeah.
Like hold your ground. Like, granted, I'm there as like a man to fucking protect you, you know?
Right.
I'm not gonna let shit happen to you.
Right.
And that's why I'm headed that way. Like, she sees that, but she's also like, yo, bro, get the fuck off me. You're drunk.
Yeah.
Like, I got a husband. Look at the ring. You
Exactly, yeah.
know?
Okay, cool.
But I definitely would want her to like.
She's definitely gotta say,
set a boundary.
she's
right?
gotta, exactly. She's gotta make it known. Like,
right. Because
but if it's like,
if I see her flirting back, I'm
yeah.
like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna punch a fucking dude if my wife's flirting with some dude. You know what I mean?
exactly.
That's on her. Like, that's her
Most
choice.
girls want a guy who like just like gets aggressive and just like attacks the guy. And it's like, as a guy, one, we understand that guys go to parties to hit on women. They do
Right.
this, they do that. Like, that's what being a party is like basically for.
Right. A
Other
social
than-
gathering.
Right, it's a social gathering. People are gonna talk and this and that, but it's definitely, I'm standing back. You have to deal with that like yourself. You have to tell the guy what you're in and that you don't want him.
Right.
But like, if it's something else where like he's like touching you and he shouldn't be, then it's completely different. But I'm just saying, like,
right.
yeah.
I
I don't
think-
know why I brought that up. I just thought about it.
I feel that, bro. But like, 100%.
Oh, it's respect. It's literally respect for your man.
right.
You got to be like, hey, nah.
Because if it were to go like he kept engaging with her and she was trying to get away,